We have our three speakers already in front. Can we have our first question? Anyone? Do not be afraid, do not be ashamed. Yes, please. Mic, please. It's on. Yeah.
Good afternoon, fathers, father, and attorney.
Basta may father din na. Attorneys na nagawa.
And attorneys. My question is about cyberbullying, father and attorneys. What the church and the laws talks about the cyberbullying and how can we avoid the cyberbullying? Because I'm victim of cyberbullying.
I think attorney, mga tata siya, pwede ba siya kakiha?
Depende kung if you're a student and cyberbullied by another student, then you can resort to that law that I flashed earlier. But ways to prevent cyberbullying is, for one, if you know the person who bullied you, and then you don't know, wala lagi kay anonymous.
What is the context? What is the context? You are in school or outside?
Outside. He's
Not in social media.
in social media.
Ay, social media.
Facebook.
Yes. But he is using dummy account.
There.
He is using dummy
A
account.
dummy account.
Fake account. So,
Ako, my number one advice to that is get out of the room. Get out of the room. Don't engage. Like I for one was, because my clients are, because of links to my clients, I for one is bullied as, komunista na siya. I just ignore it. And then that's it. I have my peace of mind.
thank you, attorney.
Okay.
I will speak not from the outside because my work is in school. Okay. The first thing when you are bullied is don't keep it a secret. Meaning you report it to the authorities. So in school, we encourage our students to report any experience of cyberbullying. And when that is done, there are two things. A response with regards to the victim, that means the victim also undergoes some counseling, which we do. And also the bully also undergoes some counseling, but we deal with the bully also because that means parents, that means all sorts of things. Because a bully has something to do with the family environment. A bully bullies because he is also being bullied in the family. So the bully, often, at least in school, is also a victim of bullying. So that's why we address that by giving seminars and talks in the school for parents on how to parent our children. Because the children now are different, meaning the millennials, the traditional way of parenting is not anymore as effective to many millennials. So at least that's what we do in. So we provide all psychological support as well.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to tell my name. I'm Benji from School of Life Community of St. John in Banao.
Thank you, Benji. So do not engage and tell authorities. Okay, we have one question here, and sir, you will follow. Sige, sir, ikaw na kayo. Ilog naman.
Good morning to the speakers. From Toledo City, St. Joseph the Worker Parish, my feast these days. Now, there are so many surveys. Survey, JE, between PCBN, survey, Palsicia, and PWS. Is this survey na time credible? Ito ba mga survey na ito, makapagtiwalaan mo ba?
A survey.
JE versus PCBN, sila totoo, ang isa naman totoo, PWS, totoo, Palsicia, totoo. Ano totoo ba talaga yun? O makapagtiwalaan mo ba yan yun? Or hindi na?
Kasabot si
Sorry.
including SWS.
US, Commission, Asia, Commission, itong Kantan Mega, itong
Yeah, the different surveys
survey
Yeah.
firm.
Yeah, okay.
Is it
The
credible
surveys
today?
like SWS, Kantal, for broadcasting, are they real, credible?
What I know is there are two kinds of surveys. One is the commission survey and one is the non-commission survey. So if it's a commission survey, meaning somebody asks the polling group, let's say SWS, to conduct a survey. Kanalitan ako, kandidato ko. I want to know how I will fare in the elections. I can pay SWS to conduct a survey so that I will find out how I will perform during the elections. Okay? What will my standing be? There are non-commissioned surveys, meaning independent din siya, and these are run by the survey group itself. You will notice that in the, I don't know if you read the questions, it also matters how they phrase the questions because sa mga abogado, for example, we call it, kung leading gani kayo ang question, meaning doon na kayo gustong tubag. Doon na kayo gustong na tubag yun, anak, kung leading. Diba? So, when, for example, a polling group releases survey results, maybe it's best to find out whether this was a commission survey. Unfortunately, they don't say who commissioned it. They will not disclose. If it's not commissioned, then the chances are mas credible. So,
Okay, that's what I know. Why, sir, do you get these kinds of surveys in the social media?
Maybe, can I start a little? Because my brain does not work if I am. I'm a weird Jesuit. I'm a weird priest because I'm very, in education, they call me kinesthetic. Ang kinesthetic, wala mga bata, hindi siya makapag-
In other words.
Okay. If I were you, because there are difficulties, it is difficult to actually know whether Pulse Asia or SWS is commissioned or not. Diba? It's very difficult, honestly. If I were you, I will compare. I will do like a comparative study. And then, apply what we call the healthy doubt. You know what a healthy doubt is? You do not totally believe everything. There's a little doubt. But at least you get a sense of what is true. Do you understand what I'm saying? At least you get a sense of what is true. Okay, so that's one. But I will tell you another thing. It depends on your question. It depends on what you want to know. Maybe SWS and Pulse Asia may not be the best. So you have to distinguish whether the questions you are asking can be taken from an academic survey. But academic gani, I think that's more credible because it is unbiased. It is an educational institution making the survey. So that's what I do. I actually research with doubts. It helps me look for other sources. So distinguish whether it's a primary source or a secondary source. And then make your own judgment.
Alright. Okay. We have, wait lang ma'am, siya na muna, and then we will have you. Okay? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Father, and our two attorneys. This thing, ako i-mention ko rin, I think it was not mentioned at the adverse effect of social media, but it happened na nahitabo ni siya sa akong anak. By the way, my name is Renato Agravante from Mandaue, St. Joseph Parish. And then I have 4 children, and the 3 are manageable in terms of their social media habits. And then I mentioned man ganyan that it is addictive, but what I have experienced that it is health hazard. I think it would fall on the addictive na siguro. And this is very unmanageable na sa ako two daughters because one before dili na siya mag-eyeglass and then ang second daughter na ko kaduha na mag-usap iyang lens. Kanya ang the eldest na ko is eyeglass na siya and then naana siya migraine and then sige lang gihapon siya o kanang na-addict na gid siya ba. And this is the sort of things as a father can do. I've done I confiscated, I have grounded, I cut all my internet connection, and I don't know what else to do. And it so happened this topic is mentioned here, and I think it is important. I hope I am not the only one experiencing this problem here. I think I'm not the only one experiencing that problem with children. I hope you can help me or advise me with this problem. Thank you.
Maybe I can answer the question. My work has always been with young people. So dugay na ako with young people. So part of that is actually it's not just a health hazard. It's also a mental health hazard. Okay guys? Mental health. Malalaman mo yan kasi addiction. So I think the response when we do parenting, so I'm teaching also parents how to raise their children. I think the parents should know when to say no to their children. Because the parents sometimes, they give the cell phone, the iPad, etc. to their children because they are afraid that the children will think that they don't love them. Okay, and also, there is a phenomenon wherein many parents lack supervision in terms of their children. Why? They are not present kay pagtrabaho. Some of them are abroad. Some of them, all of those things, there is less parental supervision, physical supervision. So what you do is regulation, meaning, for example, because we cannot say technology is bad. Do you understand? Technology is bad. We cannot say that. It's like this regulation. What is important in the family? When you're supposed to eat at table, remember? You're supposed to eat at table. Wherein you are able to get to know what is happening to your children, where they can actually share what is happening to them. What do? Do you tolerate them to hold a cell phone and communicate to another person who is not at table and not communicate to you? Hey guys, you still with me? Do you say no to your children? You tell them, this is not the time for your cell phone. No cell phone at table. I will tell you that is very practical. One, many parents are complaining that their children do not talk to them anymore. Well, if I look at the statistics in guidance, guess what? Many of these parents also tolerate the children to hold their cell phone all the time. And karon magka-problema siya nga dili sa estudyahon. Many of our children, they are connected but isolated. That's the youth survey magkakaroon sa 2015, 2007, and until 2018. Now, they are connected with someone but they are isolated. So, ang tanong ko dyan, do you regulate your children's use of technology? So, you don't have to answer me. I'm asking this as a general question. Okay? Or, do you turn off the TV kasi teleserye while you eat? Because only when you provide an atmosphere, there are no distractions, that you are able to get to know the stories of your children. Then that way, they get to know that they are not determined by technology. They determine how to use technology. So ang addiction, it is the technology that determines you. Di ba ganyan? Pag drugs, pag beer, it is the chemical that determines you. But what we know is that freedom is about you determining when to use it and how to use it. So we tell our parents that it's a workshop, kaya lang mahaba ng time.
Thank you very much for that question. That will lead me to probably our social media summit should be about social media and effects, no? And especially the psychological effects. I think that's these are the things that we're planning already for Pacosco for the social con, hopefully next year. So, but do you have questions about what they were discussing, about fake news, about these things? Ma'am, you probably have one. Ma'am, you're next.
Good afternoon, Father. Good afternoon, attorneys. My name is Loris, and my question is for our lawyer speakers. And as much as we want to equip families, friends, and clients to be courageous and to stand up against fake news or libelous statements against them, one of the constraints that's usually addressed to us would be length if we go to the courts, and even financial constraints. So maybe may I ask for a very brief scenario of what happens if we go to the courts, and if in the financial side it's against you, what would be another remedy for it?
If you go to the courts, it would be very time consuming. I will tell you the reality, very frank, and it would cost you a lot also. But there is always the public attorney's office. You can apply for it. But qualification na indigency test, dapat po na ordered ang town court. Then there are actually mga lawyers who would volunteer or do it pro bono. You shoulder the basic cost, but you don't have to pay the lawyer's acceptance fees or legal fees. But in most cases, the courts would always encourage, and even I myself as a lawyer, encourage the case to be settled. Kung pwede, magpinasaylo ay, basta without removing the accountability factor. So hold the person accountable, but be open to settling the case, to an amicable settlement. But there are certain cases na cannot be settled. So that might be worth the time and the resources.
Alright. Thank you. Sige, this is our second to the last question. I saw someone there raising their hand. There's so many. For a while, don't worry, because I think Father J. Boy and hopefully our attorneys will join us for lunch, and you can have the time to approach them and ask them your questions. But this is our second to the last question.
Hi, good afternoon, Father and attorneys. My name is May Ong. I'm with the Capital Parish. My question is for Father. You were saying that if it is... No. Father, if it's about God, the message is about God, that is a good message. What if the message comes with a chain? That we should pass it on, and we should, that's very disturbing for me. For me personally, but when that happens, sometimes it pushes you to some kind of guilt for not pushing it on. So I'd like to know what your opinion is on that.
My opinion, do not believe. That's it. I will tell you one thing, those chain messages, do not believe that. Because you're putting God in a, God is conditioned by whether you, God is very free. Okay, so don't believe in those chain messages, ma'am. Or else, let me say this, it is not also healthy to have a conscience that is very, very scrupulous. Okay, that you are afraid of all of these chain messages. No. So my answer is that don't share it. In other words, tuturuan ko kayo ng attitude, keps.
Alright. Sige, let's have our last question. Yes, you were raising your hand, young man. The young man there, yes. Or maybe my eyes deceive me.
Hello, good day. From the noise recently of fake news, there are actually researchers and studies that algorithms can also be manipulated. And these arithmetic algorithms are used by the big corporations, meaning to control kung sa kang i-search sa mga netizens, kung sa result, it can be controlled and be filtered. And now, based on the discussions, there are laws being presented. I would like to ask if are there any what do you call this? Is it covered in the purview of the law in terms of privacy? And also, how can we protect ourselves and what needs to be done?
Okay, first off, our laws are so antiquated na. It's even a good thing that they passed the data privacy law, the Anti-Cyberbullying Act, what else? The Cyber Libel law. Those are the recent, no? But they still have to make some progress when it comes to keeping abreast with mas kayo ang technology ba? It's so fast. Like people change phones every 6 months or even a year, you know, for those who can afford. Simply because the old phones cannot anymore access, for example, a 4G or 5G. We already have 5G coming soon. So I wish our laws were also in sa kapaspas na mo address any ng mga concerns ba. But your question was about algorithms and how to arrest.
The question was, is there a law against people who use algorithms for their own purposes? Right? Not in the Philippines. That is what I know.
Not in the Philippines.
Yeah. The algorithms are the gatekeepers now. So the algorithms, my dear friends, Max, parang speech. Okay. Boto nyo para mag-mayor yan. So the algorithms, kung maigsuon, there are systems that filters what comes to you. For example, when I began posting travel photos, ang look travel, nagbutang man kong hashtag na travel. Suddenly in my feed, everything is about travel. Yan ang algorithm. So they are already filtering what goes to you. It depends on your own interest. Magbutang kang food, suddenly all the accounts with food as a topic, that's the one that goes to you because you're interested in food. What does that mean? It's called marketing. Niche marketing. Ang mo ato sa imuha, kung mo po ang imong interest. That's the algorithm. Now, it can be used for other purposes. So, that is what we have to look into. Okay? So,
Aside from the law, my take is also on digital media literacy. We must incorporate it in our curriculum that the youth, those who are willing to learn, we should know what we're dealing with through digital media literacy. If you know how algorithm works, you know that those feeds in your social media page, you know how to deal with it. Hindi ka mailag because you know who you're dealing with and how are they feeding you the information. You become more discerning with when you know what you're dealing with. So I really urge for digital media literacy.
I guess that would be a good topic for the next social media summit.
We'll see.
By the way, I am Lian, a former UP Civil graduate and currently working in affairs in UC Civilian. Thank you.
Hi, I just like to add something sa katong presentation ni Attorney Ayan ganina about cyber libel, no? Liking and sharing may not put you in trouble if you like and share a libelous post. But there's an addendum to that. If you make a comment that is different from the original post and it is libelous, then you become an original author of that libelous comment. So you become liable for libel. For example, I will say, or there's a post that says, si Attorney Ayan Kawatan. Okay? That is libelous. Di ba? Libelous na siya.
I agree. One
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So, kung like ko, or ako i-share, or ngayon ko I agree, dili ko liable. However, if I put in that, isumpayan ko ang comment, ngayon ko, si Attorney Ayan, sa may material,
So meron tinatakpan siyang kwento na yung pala. Meron siyang kabit.
But yung daghan check kabit or kabit niya si so and so. Okay?
Si Mocha Usul.
Kabit niya si Mocha Usul. That is an entirely separate libelous material. So in other words, I become liable now. Comment ko ana because then I post an original libelous material. Klaro? Klaro. So like ako sa libelous material. I'm not encouraging. But just to show you ba na mana siya ang nuwan sa balaod bitaw? No? It can be very weird. Yeah. Heads up. Yeah.
Hello. So sa fake life, ganun din. If you spread fake news through your liking or your sharing, you are an accomplice in the spread of fake news. Okay?
Alright. Okay, so just to recap, remember, be responsible when you're using social media, and what we can do is just to contribute the good and God. That's all. Okay. So we give a round of applause to our speaker and our two reactors. I'd like to call Monsignor Agustin T. Angcahas, the chair for the Cebu Archdiocesan Commission on Social Communication, to give our plaques of appreciation. Can we ask our speaker and two reactors to stay in the middle, please, of the stage? So your team is going to give the plaques of appreciation and our tokens, simple tokens, to our speaker, Father J. Boy Gonzalez S.J., and our two reactors, Attorney Maria Jane Paredes and Attorney Ian Vincent Panticahon.
Archdiocese of Cebu Commission on Social Communication presents this plaque of appreciation to Father Cecil Gerald M. Gonzalez for expertise and time rendered as speaker of the first social media summit of the Archdiocese of Cebu, given this day of December 2018 at the Cebu Institute of Technology University Gymnasium and Bacalso Avenue, Cebu City, Philippines. Signed, Archbishop of Cebu, Most Reverend Jose S. Palma.
A round of applause for Father J. Boy, please. Daghang salamat, Father J. Boy. And just plaque for our reactors, just one plaque.
Okay, we have here for Attorney Jane Paredes. Archdiocese of Cebu Commission on Social Communication presents this plaque of appreciation to Attorney Maria Jane Paredes, the expertise and time rendered as a reactor of the first social media summit of the Archdiocese of Cebu, given this 15th day of December 2018 at the Cebu Institute of Technology University Gymnasium and Bacalso Avenue, Cebu City, Philippines. Most Reverend Jose S. Palma, D.D. Archbishop of Cebu.
So our plaque of appreciation for our two reactors, Attorney Maria Jane Paredes and Attorney Ian Maticao, is the same. Can we ask our speaker and two reactors may photo op.